Hello and welcome to another Spookytoberfest video. I'm Dakian, and I have actually finished my balefire catapult. This is what it looks like. This is just the actual catapult itself. I'm still working on the crew. I'll show you those in a minute. But this is what the machine itself looks like. I'm not sure. Maybe I went a little bit dark in the shading. Not sure. Note to self: if I ever paint another one of these, try to make it a bit lighter and see what the difference is. But anyway, I'm happy with the shields. I managed to get those to look the stickers to look suitably weathered and stressed, and like the paint has been chipping off, and you know, it doesn't look plastic anymore. I still don't know what this sort of thing in the middle is supposed to be, but oh well. Well, that's that. These guys are coming along as well. The other skeletons, the crew here, for the... that's not focused. There. The crew and the part of the cabal that are skeletons I've started on. I thought I might as well work on those at the same time as the catapult, because they have a lot of similarities. It's bone and metal, and well, you can see that I painted the bone and the metal. I haven't really got started on the cloth or leather yet. That's the main part left to do, as well as adding some flocking to the basis, and of course the whole standard thing. This is the most time-consuming part left, I think, actually, on these guys. But I'm pretty confident I can knock them out pretty soon. So what's this here? Well, because we're moving along so quickly, there's a very high probability that I'll be done with the initially protected models before the end of October. So I'm gonna have to set myself some stretch goals, and the first one is an obvious one. It's this new model Undead Necromancer, who I have cleaned up. It was a pretty clean model, not too bad in the mold line department. I'm gonna have to decide: do I use this arm and this head, which are kind of human looking, guy with a beard, or do I go with this arm, which is kind of skeletal, and this head, which is also kind of a skull-like? You'll just have to trust me that it is a skull. Let's see if we can... there. Kind of a skull. You know what? I was planning on doing this guy, but screw it. In the interests of Spookytober, making it as spooky as possible, we'll go with the undead guy. The lich-like guy. These will go in my bits box. So, this dude will get prepped ASAP. As spooky as possible. Yeah. You might see some progress on him tomorrow. Who knows? You know what? Screw it. Let's just lay all of my cards on the table, so to speak. We have more potential stretch goals here. What you're looking at is some more Mantic miniatures. First off, a box of 5 Abyssal Dwarf Berserkers, and a little special dude I'll talk a bit more about later. These dwarves are... I don't know why I got them. I think they were on sale or something. But let's look what's inside. We have the usual Mantic brochure. We have this. We have, oh, a full sprue of 10 bases, actually. That's nice of them. Usually they cut them up, and so there's only exactly the number of bases you need. But now we got 5 extras. And here we have marbles. Now they are metal, which I'm in favor of. I like. Yeah, oh... Unfortunately, you'll see they're in pieces here. There's 5 bodies, all without arms, and then there's a lot of arms with axes. Not a huge fan of this sort of thing. It's kind of fiddly assembling them, but oh well. Are these fitting for Spookytober is the next question. Well, they are abyssal dwarves. You know, they've basically made a deal with hell to get more power. So I think that's kind of spooky, don't you? Well, I'll justify it that way anyway. So who's this? Well, this is a another bonus mini I got from the Kickstarter I backed. This is a resin character model called Tyrant King Blaine, and he's riding on some sort of mount. And this is an extra leg for the mount, and here's a forelimb. And here's his upper torso. See, his lower body is a part of the mount, so you have to sit this on like that. And oh, here's is his left arm with the reins. You know, I have taken this out of packaging before and done some initial dry fitting, and this is the tricky part, making sure that the arm lines up with the body lines up with the rest of the body, and the reins line up with the head. Oh, this is unfortunate, the spear is bent. Let's see what Warlord can do about that. But I think what I'm going to have to do is glue on this arm first, so that I know the position of it exactly when it's time to set the body on here, so I know which angle it should be. Oh, and there's a cloak. That will have to be painted separately, as per usual. Now, I don't know who this Blaine dude is. He has sort of... his helmet, if it is a helmet, kind of makes him look like the Predator. There, I had to work really hard to get this thing to focus. If it is focusing. But if you can see his head, it kind of looks like the Predator from, you know, the movie Predator. He's not, as far as I know, a unit in Kings of War. I think he's actually a character from the Dungeon Saga board game. I'm not sure if because I know there's a non-mounted version of him you could get from that Kickstarter. I'm not sure if I'm getting that. I have no recollection of what's included in my Dungeon Saga pledge. Here's the mount, which is nicely detailed. Is he spooky? Well, if your title is the Tyrant King, I assume you're a bad guy. So that's kind of spooky, at least. And these little pieces, you don't really need to see close up of a chicken leg. But what is the unifying theme of these guys apart from being spooky? Well, it's all the Mantic miniatures I have left currently unpainted. And there is more incoming. I have stuff like the Wave 2 of the Kings of War Kickstarter, and the whole Dungeon Saga Kickstarter pledge I did. Those will hopefully arrive before the end of the year, but if I finish all of these guys, I will at least have cleared the table of what's on it right now, and that would feel good. You know, like most miniature painters, collectors, I have this slight OCD tendency where I like to finish things. I like a sense of completeness, of finishing things off. Like, you know, when I finished off all the Bones minis, that felt really good. Gave me closure. These guys are pretty cool, by the way. Yeah, I like them. I'm thinking I'm going to paint them like Dwergar from D&D, with sort of grayish skin and black beards. That way I can use them for other things besides miniature gaming. Well, anyway, these will be hopefully the last of my stretch goals, and I might not even get all of these done, but if so, they'll just carry over to my normal painting routine. That was a lot of stuff to take in, perhaps, so I think I'll leave you here. I'm Dakian, and for now, I'm signing off.